Roger was originally cast to play Igor. Soon after, he was offered the starring role. He had to think about it.
I know everyone was looking at me like, what is it? What are you, crazy? It was a real jolt to me. I had to really, it was going to change my life. I could still go out to, Joe Allen after the show and drink several pints when you're doing Igor. You can't, my life is a little different now,
But in a good way.
I've been in many underdog shows where you sort of hope you get the reviews, you hope you find your audience, you hope your PR firms sell the show the right way and to the right people. So it's a relief to be in something that sort of like, pardon the pun in this case, but a no-brainer.
Abby who? Abby normal.
What's your favorite line from the movie? Every fan has one. How about you, Mike?
My favorite line is when he asked what brain did he return, and he said, Abby normal.
Abby normal is exactly my favorite as well, and we didn't rehearse that. And now for more favorite lines.
My favorite, as I was writing it, I think, then he, then you, then he, then you, then he. Yes, yes, say it, he was my boyfriend.
Put the candle back.
He was my boyfriend.
It's got to be the knockers.
Poo-poo undies. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's what I think of.
Cigars?
Cigars.
Cigars.
So many of the big lines in the show are also the big lines in the movie.
Oh, you're incorrigible, aren't you, you old zipper neck?
Penny for your thoughts.
Werewolf. Their wolf, their castle.
I know it's cliche, but the Frau Brucher, when the horses neigh and whinny.
It's pronounced Igor.
When the monster for the first time says,
Wait, what's wrong? What's the matter? Where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Definitely, I think the Madeline Kahn, oh, sweet mystery of life, I find you.
Putting on the Ritz!
Putting on the Ritz.
Everybody say their favorite line. Abby
Still to come on Young Frankenstein, live on Broadway.
I want to go out with him. I do. What are you laughing at?
Behind the scenes at Mel's opening night, a curtain call surprise that brought the audience to its feet. And how good is your monster geography?
I have no idea, Pat.
Author Mary Shelley was only 19 years old when she began writing Frankenstein. Her friends started a contest to see who could come up with the scariest story.
You're watching Young Frankenstein, live on Broadway.
Opening night, Young Frankenstein. Lots of excitement here at the Hilton Theater. Let's go to the red carpet.
Natalie Portman, Goldie Hawn, Martin Short, Walter Cronkite, Mike Wallace, Billy Crystal, Liz Smith, Mike Nichols, Joy Behar, Joan Rivers. David Hasselhoff is here because David started in a Las Vegas production of The Producers.
Mel Brooks came to me the opening night and he said, I have one note. I said, what is it? He goes, you do the voodoo, you do so well. Don't change anything. And I was, my God.
Rosie O'Donnell wasn't talking to the tabloid shows, but she did talk to us.
15 years ago, I was on a plane and first class, and there was a seat empty next to me. And this guy sat down and grabbed my hand and said, I'm afraid to fly, honey. Talk to me. And it was Mel Brooks. And for 5.5 hours, all the way to LA, he told me everything about his career, about meeting Anne Bancroft, about how when they were on the same show together. And it was like a 5-hour master class. It was the best.
Mel Brooks is a curmudgeon. He's a pain in the ass. He is the smartest guy coming down. He's got the sense of humor that we all have inside us, but sometimes we're afraid to use. He's got the guts to do it. He's great.
How would you describe Mel Brooks?
Energy. He's energy, energy, energy. He's a super Jew of all time.
I was with him the other night before last, and he's the funniest person ever. And to just sit across from him and hear him, and just the fact that I know him after, Pat, wearing out the 2,000-Year-Old Man album, it was like going steady with it. It was that and Sophia Loren.
I want to go out with him. I do. What are you laughing at?
He's a joke. Of the best kind, like the kind that makes you cackle.
Young Frankenstein is my favorite funny movie of all time.
Curtain up. And 2.5 hours later, the sound of applause shook the chandeliers of the Hilton Theater. And then came a big surprise.
A special treat. The man who started this all, who gave birth to this idea, ladies and gentlemen, Gene Wilder! I love this man, I really do. I'm not gay. Maybe a little. Anyway.
Without question, this was one of the most memorable curtain calls in recent Broadway history, followed by the cast party at the Empire State Building.
I feel great. I gotta get some chicken soup.
Joan told us something we didn't know.
I dated the original Dr. Frankenstein, so go ahead.
And Sutton Foster told us something we wanted to know about the cast.
Most of this original company is contracted for a year. Gosh, it just depends. As long as people come, we'll be here for, as we can sell tickets, we'll be here.
There's been a lot of controversy over the $450 premium seat for Young Frankenstein, but you can get a front row seat for $25. Here's what you have to do to participate in the lottery.
All right, so congratulations, everyone. All right, you won. You have front row seats for, a Broadway show. It's exciting.
These lucky lottery winners arrived at the Hilton Theater 3 hours before the performance began and submitted their names at the box office. 2 hours later, the names were drawn here at the McDonald's across the street from the theater.
Rika Goodwin, our first winner.
We've been trying to win, so finally, first name call.
An hour later, the winners purchased their tickets for $25 cash.
We put them in the front row because they're liable to get up at the end and cheer, and that tells the rest of the house, okay, standing ovation. So we're not dumb.
$121.50.
That's the average ticket price for a Young Frankenstein orchestra seat. All the hit shows charge about the same, but Young Frankenstein drew criticism for the $450 premium seat.
And they're for those billionaires that must sit on the floor of the garden when the Knicks are playing. And they have to sit, in their special boxes.
It's the hedge fund guys.
It's the hedge fund, right.
Right.
Well, I'm limiting those people because they don't laugh.
Premium seats were introduced when the producers became a hit. Mel's business partner, Robert Silliman, came up with the idea to give the scalpers a little healthy competition.
If a little old lady is making her way to the box, cut her off. Get in front of her. God will forgive you. This is a tough ticket.
Just come. We don't care the reasons. Do we?
Today's my birthday, and this is what we're doing for my birthday.
Well, happy birthday. What's your name?
Thank you. Elaine.
Happy birthday, Elaine.
Still to come on Young Frankenstein, Live on Broadway.
I did you well.
Come with us to Transylvania. And what to wear when you get there.
It's electrifying.
The movie, Young Frankenstein, is number 13 on the American Film Institute's list of the 100 funniest American movies.
You're watching Young Frankenstein, Live on Broadway.
Greetings from Transylvania. This guy knows where it is, but do you? Listen up. Here's a quick geography lesson. Where exactly is Transylvania?
I have no idea, Pat. It's somewhere over there. Transylvania to me is a made-up place full of ghouls, monsters, all sorts of insane townspeople.
It's like Romania, Bulgaria, somewhere in the Eastern Europe.
Where is Transylvania exactly?
Oh, man.
Transylvania is in Romania. It's a region in Romania. And we have it here. In fact, it's this part of Romania.
Romania, yes.
We would say Romania, România. I don't want to make Transylvania less attractive if there are no monsters running in it. This is a sort of a built image about an imaginary place.